set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway in San Diego. Wheaton will return it. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by Big Ben, their veteran quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger.
He's one of the more exalted quarterbacks in the league, but I still don't think he gets enough appreciation for his ability to read defenses and lead his ball club.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true #1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
They'll fake the give to Williams. Now it's Roethlisberger. And there's a flag on the play. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Holding offense. Still 2nd down.
To get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway in San Diego. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback out of North Carolina State. It's Phillip Rivers.
In some ways, he reminds me of a past NFL great who played the quarterback position as well. Jawing with the opposition, trash talking a little bit, doesn't mind getting hit and battered around some that kind of gets him into the game. But once it's time to lock in, Phillip Rivers does that as well as any quarterback in the league.
One man in the backfield is Gordon. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. This offensive unit, often they rely on the sure-handed Antonio Gates.
We know all about his basketball background, but his football acumen, one of the best tight ends in the league.
2nd down following the run. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. What a spin. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he cuts it out to the sideline. Whoa! It still won't go down. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 61 yards on the ground. Well, a nice little sprint there. I guess if you're the defense, the only thing you hold on to, you got him out of bounds, but it's 1st and goal.
And that's all you can hold on to because they didn't hold on to him very well on that run. He gives them first and goal, as you outlined, with a big-time play.
Now it's Woodhead. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Third and goal for Rivers. He's got time. That's caught at the 3. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now on 4th down, on comes Josh Lambo and the field goal unit for the Chargers. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lambo will put this one through, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive for them here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
This will be fielded at the 6. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 13th year now from Miami of Ohio. It's Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger is one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. A big, strong, physical player. They often say about him, it's not the first 3 seconds of a play you have to worry about. It's the next 3 seconds after he bounces out of a hit and makes a big play downfield.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
But we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school teammates used to call him.
I wonder what they would call him now.
More muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown, right?
I'd say you're probably right. They may be all of that. They'll still call him Boney Tony, but Ben Roethlisberger calls him my number 1 target.
Roethlisberger with a give. It's Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
These two.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one goes for 24 yards. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score, and we'll come back to San Diego after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now Ben going to give it to Williams. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterbacks. So you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker. And on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Wheaton with a catch right side. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And now San Diego getting set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain. A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to San Diego after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have highlights and analysis of this first half. I'm guessing mostly defensive highlights that we will see.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. No touchdown scored yet so far.
And none whatsoever.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. Caught by Gates, left side. It'll be a gain of 6, and just like that, it's 3rd down. And for Gates, of course, 36 now, 36 years old, but 104 career touchdowns. But at age 36, how do they handle him this year?
I think that you rest him as much as possible in the preseason. He didn't even dress for the preseason opener. He and Philip Rivers know each other so well. Just roll him out in game one and turn him loose then.
Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Throwing Rivers, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And Charles, a little random sidebar, but it ties in with the NFL. One of the coolest things the first weekend of exhibition games was when the Ravens tuned into the Olympics.
Certainly did. They stopped the game. Everyone watched the big screen to see Michael Phelps go for the gold in the 200-meter swim. Baltimore-born man, and he got it done.
Yeah, it was a special, very cool moment. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And quickly, they get to the line. They go play action here on first down. Pass incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger going up top, and that's caught inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Darius Hayward-Bay, 60 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
kills.
Speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers defense getting ready here. They'll be hoping to come up with that same type of effort they had last time when they forced the punt that led to a touchdown.
And that type of effort just continues to carry over, because once you get it done once, you feel like you can do it again and again. It's no guarantee, but you got to like the confidence that they take back out into the field.
Now, will they keep that confidence? Time to find out. A first down throw here for Rivers. And Jones has it over the middle. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Second down now after the pass completion. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So the hard count gets them there, neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defense thought they had the timing down, but the quarterback hit them with a hard count, got them to jump.
From the red zone now, Rivers. Gates with a grab. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll step away and come back to San Diego after this. Second and very short here, less than a yard. To the air again here, Rivers. And that's complete to Gates. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
There's a complete to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. He's got the size, the hands.
The speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Rivers, his pass caught at the 4. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Rivers again. Caught by Jones. A gain of 4 on the play, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal. Again, it's Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front as we send you across the country to Orlando. Standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Both the Chargers and the Steelers are having some issues finding a way into the end zone. They'll both look to improve their play on offense and pick up some touchdowns in the second half. Here we go. Let's do this. Here's your first half highlights. Now, early in the first quarter, Gordon.
So this guy's just sitting there, right? He's got like 30 hot dogs in front of him. And what's that? Apparently we're back. Okay, so Larry's halftime show got cut off. Sorry, we were doing story time here in the booth. We are ready, though, for the third quarter. Now a hit and a loose football. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done, they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Again, it's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball. It doesn't work running the ball. And then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught by Hayward Bay. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
Green, the tight end, in motion. On the toss, here's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes are being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on 3rd down. Now Ben on 3rd and long. He's going to launch this thing way down into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Ready, set 180.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he was being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain. I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. On third down, Rivers. Finds his target. It's Gates. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Mission Valley and San Diego. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Rivers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And Jones has it over the middle. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step away and come back to San Diego after this. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Rivers again. Caught. It's Dontrell Inman. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Dontrell Inman from 19 yards away. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his RAC, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 71 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Partner, one of the cardinal rules of defense is that if you're in position to make a tackle, you need to make it.
Well, and if you can't make the tackle before that, you just got to knock that ball down, right?
Yeah, something has to happen because we saw the end result there. Missed tackle, he goes all the way and takes it for a touchdown.
And that makes it 14-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And now here comes the Steelers defense once more. And in a tight ball game like this, the defense looking for a stop. You kind of, whether you're the offense or the defense, you don't want to be the one to screw this thing up.
No, not at all. And right now, you got to figure that the offense is thinking to themselves, if you just get us the ball, we'll make things happen for you. Just help us out a little bit. And that's what the defense has to have in mind as they try it out here for this series.
Yeah, right now the offense on the sideline. Can the defense do it?
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Caught by Gates, left side. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Now Rivers. Gates has it over the middle. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Back to throw. Going underneath for Gordon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. He'll look to throw. This is Gordon on the dump off. A nice gain of 21 yards. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, you got to feel pretty good as a defense.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. An extra defensive back in the game here on 3rd and goal. He's back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Desperation time. Rivers on 4th down. And he's got the rookie Henry for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it's good enough for a Pittsburgh first down. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And there's a flag on the field. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And you as a former defender should know that the referees are watching this closely, defensive holder.
They watch it awfully closely. I sure wish they'd let it be 5.5 yards like they do for the offensive guys. But in this case, they were strict with the rule.
Here's Roethlisberger. Completes it to Hayward Bay. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a second down. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Steve Williams. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And now San Diego getting set. To go. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Always, hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
Well, certainly a tough loss here, but they've got to move on. I mean, you have another opponent next week. You dwell on this one, it hurts you the following week.
That's where the 24-hour rule comes into play, win or lose for all teams. Either enjoy the win for 24 or reflect on the loss for 24, then put it aside and move forward.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation